what's up, guys and gals? Troy, CheFPV here, ATXRC Productions, Zero Ground FPV. Check us out on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, all that stuff. You're also going to find this probably on drone multi-rotor tips, tricks, and reviews and unboxings. You can find that on Facebook or at thedronereviewers.com. So, man, it is travel season. There is races all around the world. People flying everywhere to fly this, fly that commercially with Part 107 coming out. Everybody's traveling with their drones, whether it be Phantoms or Solos or Inspires or a bunch of FPV copters. And I've done a lot of traveling lately. I've traveled to Vegas, New York, Florida, Texas, obviously, Nashville, Tennessee, all kinds of places. And I brought drones with me everywhere I go. Some days I've brought just 2 or 3 FPV multi-rotors and a couple of batteries and just my basic gear. Some days I've brought literally everything with me to build copters and keep them up, and 6 copters in a sky pack, and I brought 2 other drones with me, the Phantom and the Solo at the same time. So I've traveled quite a bit, and I've seen a lot of different ways and a lot of different things as far as getting through security. First of all, anxiety level should be 0. There's no big deal about bringing your stuff with you. Don't feel like people are going to look at you crazy. You are going to get looks from people and passengers and questions and all that, especially if you use a micro Raptor and you've got copters hanging off your backside. I actually, for the first time, had somebody like touch my stuff, kind of like aggressively. It was like, hey, what's this? At an airport just last week. It caught me off guard, but I said, oh, it's just some FPV race drones. And they're like, what? FPV, what? Tell them. Usually I hand them a card if I have one on me. Tell them to go check out my website. But don't be anxious. It's fine. You are probably going to get pulled out of security and asked to look at your bag, especially if it's overstuffed. Overstuffing a bag is the biggest way to get pulled by security, whether you have drones with you or not. If they can't see what's in there through their machines, then they're going to pull it and take a look, and they're going to basically swab it. That's all they're doing is swabbing. I can tell you right now, never seen a TSA agent with a Lipo checker, never seen a TSA agent that knows anything about Lipos really, and I've never been like, oh, hey, what do you do with this? And blah, blah, blah. I've had guys and gals ask me questions about, hey, what is all this stuff? And again, same thing like Joe on the street. Here's a card. Man, it's just some drones. We go fly and blah, blah, blah. Be cool. Be an ambassador for the sport and the hobby, obviously. But I just also wouldn't go in there making a big deal about, hey, look at my drones. When you do get pulled aside, they don't really care. They're not going to like joke with you about it. I've tried. My jokes have failed. I was not the most interesting person at Las Vegas airport on the way back from CES, and that was at 6:30 in the morning, and apparently the lady had already seen many more things that were much more interesting. So don't fail with your jokes. Bottom line is show up, be ready, have everything legit and the way it's supposed to be, and you'll be good. Couple of basic rules. Do not put your bag on the check my size to make sure it's carry-on legal. If you know your bag is around the right size, carry it on. Sky pack, it fits. 24 by 16 by 10 is the maximum size for Southwest. That size is a little smaller for other carriers, but I'm telling you, their bins are the same size. So as long as you don't go drop your sky pack on their little, hey, check this as you walk through the gate, nobody's going to go around measuring your bag, I promise. The overhead bins in all these planes are essentially the same. The smaller size, I think, is them trying to limit it and make sure that they can fit everybody. That being said, on Southwest, get there early, get your assigned seat, and even if you're on out of the flights, try to get on board soon. Get your bags stowed so you don't have to check them. If you do get on a plane and they say there's no space for your bag, politely let them know you have Lipos and other really expensive equipment that you'd appreciate it if you could keep it on board. The Lipos in particular have to be on board. Could you possibly move somebody else's bag to check the luggage? If they refuse, pull your Lipos out of the Lipo bag. Hopefully you're carrying them in Lipo bags, which is a rule. But again, never seen a TSA agent say, hey, these are supposed to be in Lipo bags. Pull them out, put them in your seat back if you have to, but try to get on board to where that's not an issue. That's the only real issue you're going to have is checking them and having to pull Lipos out. When you go through security, they're going to check you again. What they're looking for, a couple of things. First, they don't care about Lipos at storage voltage or caps. Never seen them care. You should use caps and put them on storage voltage. Never had anybody check that. So Lipos are good. They're going to swab them. That's it. Never had them count them or anything. Tools. This is my field toolkit. I have had a couple of tools confiscated. Mainly drivers. Anything I believe over 7 inches, or don't quote me on that, but there's a length, they get taken. So I've lost an entire set of EDS drivers except for this one, and it was literally because I had ground the tip down 2 millimeters, so it was barely shorter. That being said, personally, I've been rolling by putting my tools in my checked luggage, as well as, depending on your flavor of prop that you prefer, whether it be doll props or racecraft or Gimfan or HQ, those I suggest your backup props also go in your checked luggage. The reason, it could technically be used as a weapon. I have had a TSA agent look at them quite closely and say, you know what, I'm going to let them pass, but these could be used as a weapon. So put all your extra props in your checked luggage just to be safe. Put these in your checked luggage. That being said, when you get to your destination, don't pull a Troy and leave all that stuff in your checked bag when you go fly. Had no props and no way to put any props on. Ugh, done that before once, made that mistake, won't do it again. So anything sharp, pointy, all that stuff, put it in your checked luggage, just be done with it, okay? If you check a Phantom case or like a large Pelican case with another copter or drones in there, make sure you get the batteries out. For a Phantom or a Solo, pull the batteries and put them in your carry-on. I have checked hard cases for my Phantom and my Solo. Never had an issue with them flying. Of course, they're going to get banged around. Just make sure you get good, sturdy cases that have some good foam in there. Besides that, though, I've traveled, guys, with both Solo and Phantom 4 and 6 FPV copters and probably 20 FPV batteries and 7 batteries between the Phantom and the Solo. All together with myself. Obviously, I checked the Solo, I think, but carried on the Phantom and had all the other stuff in my Sky Pack. Traveling is safe and easy. It's not a big deal. That's all I can tell you. Is it's just do it. Just be safe. Common sense. Just remember, they're not out looking for drone users to confiscate your stuff. If you are flying out of the country, that's a whole nother story. Check where you're going. I cannot speak to that stuff. But for most part, I've never really had an issue, and I've really hardly ever got held up. The only time I've ever really been held up at the airport, it was because they just didn't have the bodies to scan all the stuff. So fly safe, fly smart, have fun. Man, these races are going to be awesome. Multi-GP Nationals, Drone Worlds, all this stuff coming up, guys. Can't wait to see it. Hope everybody has safe travels. Fly safe, fly smart, fly for fun. Just fly, guys. Peace.